When you said, you just told us a few minutes ago that when you broke in was where the ovens were. When you broke in, what did you think they were?
We walked over. We didn't think anything. We walked over to the ovens and looked in and saw burnt bodies. And it still didn't penetrate our minds. We couldn't fathom it yet. We hadn't spoken to anybody yet. We didn't know exactly. Maybe they were dead people or whatever. We didn't know what or why.
And what day was this that you actually walked in?
On the 29th of September of 1945. I don't remember the day.
The 29th of which month?
The 29th. I'm sorry, 28th rather.
28th. And what month was it?
It's April.
April.
April. I'm sorry, I said September.
Now,
April 29th is when we went in. April 28th when it was discovered.
Now, going back to when you were at the ovens, were they warm or cold?
They were smoldering. What they were doing then, we learned later, were taking dead bodies and that had typhus. They didn't want typhus spread to the GIs and to the nurses and doctors that were coming. These bodies that they were burning were the ones that had typhus and could spread disease all over.
And who was burning these bodies?
They had German prisoners burning the bodies. There was a sergeant, an American sergeant, who was telling them what to do and how to do it.
And how much time did you spend at the ovens?
I spent the better time of a day.
No, at the ovens.
At the ovens, I spent about 10 minutes, that's all. I mean, what was there to see? I walked down the line. There were almost in every oven were bodies, or that were being burnt, or were preparing to be burnt.
Were the bodies that you saw that were not burnt yet, were they clothed or unclothed?
They were just laying there, clothed, unclothed. Didn't matter.
Were you able to discern whether they were men or women?
At this stage, no. I'll tell you, they didn't want us too close to those bodies, the men in charge, because they were afraid. They didn't know how bad this typhus was. And they told us, look, take your look, see what you want to see. Don't go too close to the bodies.
What physical state were the bodies in?
Most of them were skeletal. Most of them were skeletal. They were really bare skin. The ribs were sticking out. It was a horrible sight. It was one of the things that I could never believe that another human being could do this to them. But they did.